Okay, second time's a charm. Hi MJ, hi Stacy, hi Monica. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, Elizabeth, this is adding. There we go.
It worked. I think
You know
I have
what?
to be.
I invited you before I added you, and I think that's what messed it up.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought I had, it was seeming like every time, like when I'm in it and you invite me, it works. But whenever I'm not in it already and you invite me, it doesn't work for some reason.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm all right. You?
Good. Not too bad. I've been up since 7. I started my Cha Dao tea course, so I've been reading that this morning. I'm like really motivated on a Friday morning.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, Good Friday, so I got the day off today, which is nice. So
Nice.
always good to get away from work for a little bit.
Yeah. Like to have a couple days off and just, relax. And
Yeah.
It's nice that we're kind of wrapping this up. It just feels so like the timing is just like perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got my little bell.
Okay.
I'll sing that. And I have a feather if you want me to do the clearing.
Sure. So we'll just set our intention. So set your intention, whatever it'll be, to be present, to just listen and take in the information, anything that you're feeling right now that you want to intend. So did we want to start? I think we'll start with the meditation on this one, so we can kind of open up our crown chakra and then absorb that information. So for this one, I got kind of guided to do a crown calibration. So we're going to kind of go into a meditation, and we're going to kind of calibrate and going to see what pops up. So I'll play the frequency. Let me know if it is. I'll play it now and see. I don't know if we can hear it or not. If it sounds choppy. Yeah, okay.
It sounds good.
Okay. So I do apologize. My dog has been going a little crazy this morning. So if the dog barks, I was like, it's funny your dog was barking, because I'm like, my dog started barking this morning. So just know that anything that comes up while we're doing this, it's just, just observe the outside noise, and it's meant to happen type of thing. So
perfect.
So we're going to start, and we're going to close our eyes, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and breathe out. And we're going to breathe in again, 1, 2, 3, and out. One more time, breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out. So first we're going to start by grounding, and we're going to imagine the roots coming from the soles of our feet and growing down in the soil, past the rock and dirt, growing far, far down into the heart of Gaia and connecting into the Earth's core. Once connected, the liquid from Gaia's core starts to be absorbed by the roots. You can picture this any color you like, but take note of the color. And it starts flowing towards your body, starts to fill our feet, climbs up our legs, up to our thighs, our pelvic area, coming up to our torso. It starts filling our chest, up to our throat, down our arms, and finally comes up to our face and encompasses our whole body. All of our cells are now filled with this light of Gaia. Now we're going to put our awareness on our mind. We're going to check in with ourselves today and just observe if we're having any reoccurring thoughts that are replaying, or if it feels hard to quiet our mind and concentrate today. If it is, that's okay. Just observe these thoughts. Don't try to change them or make them go away. Just let them be. Next, we are going to picture a bright purple light shining down from the sky to the top of our head. This purple light is infused with specks of gold, and you can see them sparkle and dance as they descend down from the heavens, and is now all around your body, filling up the entire room. We are now going to become aware of each breath as it comes into our head. See if you can feel how each breath seems to fill your head right out to the edges. Play with this feeling inside your head. Breathe slowly and mindfully. This is like giving your brain a massage. On the in-breath, we're going to picture, imagine, see, or feel that our brain cavity is filling up with this purple light. It starts at the front, coming through our nose, makes its way to the left side, then down to the back, near the neck, then going over to the right side, then around to the front, and now encompasses the top until our brain is completely filled with this purple light. Continue breathing in, and we are going to take our left thumb and cover our left nostril. And we are going to take 3 breaths in and out. 1, 2, 3. Then we are going to take our right thumb and cover our right nostril and breathe in 3 times again. 1, 2, 3. Then we are just going to take 3 deep breaths to balance out this calibration. 1, 2, 3. Now that the process is completed, we come back to our body, going to wiggle our toes and our fingers slowly, open our eyes, and affirm, my crown is open and calibrated.
like that. My body's shivering.
Oh, awesome. I love that. I know
Yeah.
it's kind of like I kind of was doing this. I got the idea last night. So this morning I was like working on it and trying to get it all into meditation and everything. So it kind of came to me at the last minute. Now that's the type of, I think, meditation as well is alternating the nostrils. That can help with memory. It can help with taking your thoughts kind of because you're more focused on, you're breathing in and out and how many times. So it's kind of taking you out of that thought space and making you so that you're present. So this can help kind of balance that mind area. So yeah, let me know if anything pops up for you after this. And
I love that. That was actually so in line with one of the things I just learned in the T class, which it says, I am not my thoughts. So it was like it was totally perfect connection. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I bought for that as well. I found a really good book for it, and it really enlightened me. Was Don't Believe Everything You Think. And that book, it completely changed my life and the way that I do think about things. So it was like, yeah, don't believe all your thoughts. We tell ourselves those, sometimes those negative self-talk and those thoughts. So yeah, that was a really great book that really helped me open my eyes to kind of how I think about myself and stuff. So
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you for that. I
throwing
think
that out
I've
there.
heard of that before. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. That was very beautiful. And I think, just thinking about all the meditations that we've gone through in the series, right? It was like a very calming way to end it. So,
Yes, exactly.
okay. So we'll go into a little more detail about the crown chakra. And so the frequency for this one, the solfeggio frequency is 963. And it's often referred to as the frequency of God. This is because the crown chakra is, promoting spiritual connection, healing, and awakening. The seed mantra is Ah, so this can be chanted to stimulate the crown chakra. Other sounds that help stimulate this are ocean sounds or rain sounds that can be used in combination with other frequencies for a more immersive experience. So when the crown chakra is open at the top of the head, you may feel like a softening or an expansion. It's often described as a flower blooming, which I love. It's so beautiful. Most of the chakras, not most of the chakras, all the chakras are really flowers, right? And so just picturing that purple that we just put in our head and like this beautiful like purple lotus, blooming, it's a nice finish, I guess. Some people say that opening the crown chakra can cause headaches or dizziness. I definitely had that going on this week. Other signs that your crown chakra may be opening include tingling in the crown, twitching in the forehead, or changes in thought patterns. And the crown chakra is often considered the most powerful chakra because it represents our connection to the universe and higher consciousness, spiritual enlightenment, and allowing us to transcend our individual self and experience a sense of unity with everything around us, which essentially acts as the gateway to our highest potential and spiritual awareness, unlike the lower chakras, which focus more on our physical needs and emotions. So we went through some purging there, early on, and now you can kind of see, as we go up, there's a sense of lightness happening. A lot of us had issues with the throat. I'm still kind of feeling that a little bit, but it's all necessary, right, to get to that enlightenment and that light feeling of just like a freedom, I guess is the best way it feels to me. So the color associated is violet or white. The Sanskrit name is Sasrahana, meaning thousand-petaled. Blocked chakra, Let's try that again. Blocked crown chakra can cause physical and mental symptoms, including headaches, fatigues, feelings of disconnection, confusion, lack of focus, fogginess, poor mental functioning, lack of connection to the world, hyper spiritualization, a feeling of loneliness, a feeling like you have no willpower, and issues communicating. Traumas are rare but impactful in the form of spiritual trauma that can be trapped in the crown chakra. So I was thinking about this morning when I was reading it, and my older daughter has a lot of, I wouldn't really call them nightmares. It's almost like she's doing spiritual fighting.
Mhm.
And so I think for her, she's clearing, a lot of that out because she's like murdering people in her dreams, and
Wow.
people are chasing her, and it's like she's got zombies in there and all sorts of things going on. So I think she's just doing a lot of that spiritual trauma clearing, in her body. Um, some people say that recognizing and unblocking chakras can lead to a more vibrant, experienced life. And your connect. It helps with your angelic connection and your source, or your connection to God, and basically gives you a sense of your own divinity and the awareness that you are a soul in a human body. So that's pretty much all I have, unless you have things you want to add, Elizabeth.
I'll just go through the shadow. So the crown chakra, so age 49 or 42 to 49. So this is where kind of the age range that the chakra kind of starts to get impacted. It's like a chakra cycle that we go through. So the shadow emotion of the crown chakra is disconnection. Not only have we lived in the illusion of separation from our own divinity for eons and eons, but we also have felt disconnected from source, as oneness is really all there is. It's the only true spiritual reality. So as we fragmented down further and further on our own soul's journey, as the human race, we've kind of grown further and further away from source, and our natural rhythms and nature. So even as families, communities, and societies, we've grown further and further apart, leaving many people feeling disconnected, isolated, and alone. Interestingly enough, though, the age range where this chakra kind of develops and goes through this cycle is where we start experience disconnection the most. So it's the age range where people get divorced, people start losing loved ones more regularly to death. We're finding relationships become harder, where our families often drift further apart because of the people who kept them together. Grandparents may have passed away. And they say that to remedy this, ever-growing sense of disconnection, we try to create deeper attachments to people and things, which make it more difficult whenever we are forced to let them go. So this stage in life can also, pique people's interest in spirituality. So, you have that midlife crisis, kind of that moment there, and the interconnectedness of the world. So many people develop a greater craving for knowledge and understanding of the universe, which is often reflected on the Earth's plane, as that midlife crisis. So this would be an ideal time in our lives to connect deeper with the divine. But what often prevents us from doing so is, unresolved trauma, and it could be religious trauma as well from previous lifetimes. So it could be where we felt punished by God, or let down, forsaken, or abandoned by the divine. So all of these subconscious conflicts with God, source, whatever you want to call it, that you're referred to it as the highest power, stand in our way of connecting back with source and with all that is. So to heal this wound, we need to find these memories of this trauma on a soul path level, as well as heal the split from source, that kind of made this mean that this was about ourselves versus the divine. So we may need to revisit this wound more than once to see the truth about your connection that was never lost to begin with, and your own role in ending up here in the physical. So playing the incarnation game. So Yeah, it seems like when, we kind of hit that cycle, things start falling apart. That's kind of when we start questioning things, and a lot of people do in that area, look to spirituality as, coming together in that oneness. So I just thought that was very interesting.
Very cool. So you said the incarnation game. So that's interesting.
Yeah. If you believe in that. Not a lot of people, not everybody does, but I do believe in the incarnation. So, it's kind of like a lot of people question, why am I here? What am I doing? What is my purpose? Type of thing. So at that age, we kind of start thinking about those things when we have loved ones pass away, and we kind of start getting more disconnected from people. So we kind of start to come back to our connection when we start questioning that stuff.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I believe in that as well. And it just has given me a better understanding of myself and how I function in the world. It seemed like there was a lot of confusion for me before I understood all the lives I've had. And I still don't know all of them, but I know, some of them, and why I do the things I do, and what you're called to do, things that resonate with you. I just think it gives you a whole better understanding, and a lot of us weren't raised that way, right? It's, one God, go to church, kneel to him, and there's no expansion there of maybe we were here before, and I really have this deja vu, so I think that's really important to expose, I would say, children to, but let them, decide. Obviously,
100%.
we all come to our own decision of 100%. What we think, but just, I wish I was exposed to that more when I was younger, because I think I would have grown up a lot differently.
Yeah. 100%. And I grew up Catholic. I went to a Catholic school. My parents were Catholic, though we weren't like, they go to church every Sunday. So I did take in a lot of that lessons and everything. And as you start to get older, and you start to kind of dive into your spirituality, you realize that a lot of the things in the Bible, were portrayed by a man, by somebody who, has kind of put their own lens on it. And there's a lot of deeper meanings than what there is. And a lot of the things too that we were kind of, lied to, like, we will be punished if we don't do this by God. We will be, so it's very kind of a fear.
Yeah.
There's also a fear base to it. That's not necessarily, the true way. So, and some of us start to realize that as we kind of get older, that we have had, there has been a lot of programming and lies, that have been brought to us, and we're starting to realize those and kind of let those go so that we can get into that, that oneness state.
Yeah. Not to get on a whole, religion discussion, but I just thought that popped in my head was, you're going to hell if you have a child out of wedlock.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, okay, Mary, what happened to Mary? You know what I mean? And it's just, it's this thought process of, well, we're not God, but actually we all are God. So it's just, I'll leave it there because we can go deeper, right? But does anybody have any questions or comments on the meditation or the crown chakra before we get into card pull?
And I just wanted to comment on that too. Mine was, if your children aren't baptized, they'll go, they'll go in this purgatory type of thing. So that was always with the Catholic religion. My children aren't baptized. I let them kind of decide that when they were older. And I never believed that. I was always like, if God is this all, forgiving, all loving, how could he let, a baby, if they passed away, just because they weren't baptized? So that kind of really got me. I think that kind of really made me think, like, we talk about, this God in the Bible is kind of more of a fear if you don't do this, if you don't obey, if you don't, so, and I'm not saying that I'm not trying to, put, beliefs on anybody or anybody's religion, and that's for you to discover. But that was one of my things, was just, I couldn't believe that.
Yes, and along those lines too of, he protects all his children, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially children. So there's a lot to question there.
Yeah.
There's a lot to respect, but there's a
Yeah.
lot to question, and just, the things that you're just fed kind of this black and white version, I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
when you're younger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and and that's when it comes down to our discernment in our information that we're getting. If it doesn't feel good in our bodies, or if it doesn't, it kind of makes us, not feel really the greatest, then it's, kind of using our discernment to dig into that, to see like, hey, is there something that I need to look into this more? Or, is there something I should be maybe questioning a little bit more, just because it's not sitting right with us in our bodies, so that's where our discernment really comes into play on the information that we receive. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I can't see the comments again, so you'll have to
oh,
let me know if anybody's saying anything.
I don't see any. I just have like Monica's watching and MJ is on. I don't know if there's any other people. I'm only seeing one on the, but maybe nobody's on. Maybe that's why we're not seeing no comments.
I see Dana.
Okay.
And maybe Gladys. I think Stacy's on, so I don't know if they're all still on, but that's what I see from my side, but I just can't see the comments.
Okay. So yeah, if you want a card, let's see if we can see if there's any comments. I'm not seeing any on my end. I don't know if it's frozen or.
Oh, okay. Now I can see the comments.
Okay.
Okay. So, just a quick side thing. Stacy, I'll text you later because I'm coming to visit my mom and your mom tomorrow. So maybe you can join us. Just a real quick side there for Stacy. Okay, so Stacy wants a card and Monica wants a card.
Okay. Do you want to go first in this one?
Sure, I can. I have this beautiful hummingbird deck that I wanted to bring out today because I just felt like it was a little different and fluttery. I'm hearing fluttery.
Bringing in some light energy.
Yeah. Because we're flying now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Stacy, Monica, MJ, then Dana for cards. So we'll do my widow cousin Stacy first. Okay, this says moon dance. Listen to the rhythm and sway along with the heartbeat of the universe. And I think this is perfect for you because you just got that play that you're in. So she's going to be doing a play. I think it starts here. Yeah.
That's so cool. I love those cards. Those are beautiful.
Aren't they pretty?
Wow. I'm going to go for my angel cards and just ask my guides if there's anything for Stacy. So we got 2020 bonds. So, and that makes a lot of sense. We're coming up to Easter. So, family, our family bonds, maybe our family ties, looks like a heart chakra kind of. So maybe this week we're kind of looking at, connecting with family and our bonds and just being and having that heart kind of warming energy, it looks like. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but 2020 it looks like.
She just said too, the play that she is in has a lot of dancing.
Oh, love that. Nice.
Very cool. Okay, so who do we have next? So we have Monica. Let's do Monica. This one. It says law of attraction. Turn toward the beauty, love, and sweet joy you desire. And it shows a fountain with some fairies and a deer and hummingbirds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stacy said 2020 was the year she got divorced.
Oh, yeah, girl.
So, yeah, maybe it's those ties that bond, right? Those kind of ties that bond. Interesting. Oh.
That's fun.
And it looks like it's got the heart chakra. So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay.
I'm going to pick out my Gaia cards for Monica.
Let me show that one again because there's a lot of detail in there so Monica can kind of see it a little better.
And what was the description on that one?
Law of attraction.
So this one here, I've got reflection we're looking at. So it's saying illusion, self-examination, and distortion. So it's looking like maybe you're being asked to do some reflection this weekend on maybe it looks like something to do with your past. Maybe there's something that right now you can't see, but maybe if you do some reflection, it'll kind of jog that memory back. And it'll destroy that. Maybe if you're having kind of some illusions come up or some distortions maybe in your energy. So that's what I'm getting here is this one. And number 13 is kind of the number of we have the Metatron, kind of the Metatronic stuff. So 13 and that'll translate to number 4. So that's kind of like our stability. So maybe you're being asked to do some reflection, maybe some journaling. But yeah, let me know if that resonates.
Yeah, and it's funny because when I started to read the description on her card, I said turn inward.
Oh, okay, yes.
So yeah, I think that's confirmation, right? Okay, let's see who's next here.
And it's looking like too, we got some green energy, so it might be like the heart chakra, I think.
Okay.
We're looking at doing some of that, yeah.
Yeah, and this is definitely like a springtime kind of card with the green on the bottom and the flowers, so.
Nice. Got a lot of, the green and pinkies in there, so yeah, the heart chakra kind of thing.
Yeah. So she says, thank you, love it. Okay,
Awesome.
we got Miss MJ. Mama MJ, what's up for Mama MJ? I've been thinking about you a lot, Miss MJ. I'm gonna send you a message after this. You've been on my mind a lot, so I'm wondering what's going on with you, girl. Okay, MJ, we've got wishing well. Your heart's desires are taking flight joyfully and magically, and it's a wishing well with all these hummingbirds coming out of it.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
I love that. It's like rainbow of like hummingbirds. Very cool.
That is.
And they have little wands in their beaks.
Oh, that's so cute.
Look how cute.
I love that. Those cards are so cute. And they're so I find, the hummingbird.
Yes, they are.
I got, for MJ, I got Holy Grail. So it looks like inner discovery, finding sacredness, you are what you seek. So we're that well of information, maybe that's where that wishing well, we're kind of that you are what you seek. And it's kind of funny because we've got like the well, which is the water, and then we've kind of got the Holy Grail, that it's overflowing. It's got the kind of the water energy like coming out of there. So it's looking like, it's inner discovery. And it's kind of like you are that well of knowledge, that you are what you seek. So that's what I'm getting for that one.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps for that.
Me too.
She's powerful today. Look at her go. She's giving us her frequency. Okay, we got Miss Dana.
Okay.
I got bird's eye view. Fly high and observe from above. Here you'll find a new perspective, greater understanding, and compassion. And it's a hummingbird kind of sitting at almost like a justice kind of like desk there. Lots of green.
Ooh.
And the time on the clock, if that matters, it looks like it says 11:05 on the clock.
Ooh.
What time is it right now? Something's going to happen at 11:05. We're going to hear a message or something, I feel like.
So I got number 5 for Dana. So Gaia. It looks like we've got wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual understanding. So we're getting a lot of that green, probably that heart chakra. And it's looking like, yeah, you're gonna, maybe that 11:05, maybe you're gonna get some wisdom come down. You know,
That's
some
cool.
spiritual understanding is that looks like that may be coming. So, and number 5, I kind of always associate with balance. So it's kind of balancing, you know, our outer and our inner. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to be this morning, Dana, but just be open to how that might come through because it could be 11:05 tonight, or it could be 7, right? 11 and 5 is 7. So just be open. I've found that you have to be open.
Yeah. It can come in a myriad of ways: a symbol, an
Yeah.
idea, a thought. You know, someone else could say it to you. So that's, yeah, I'm always on the lookout. If I hear repeating things that I'm like, I never really heard that word before, and all of a sudden then I start hearing it like 2-3 times during the week, I'm like, okay, that's something for me. So
Yeah, definitely. I think that covers everyone. I'm going to pull one for you, Elizabeth. If there's anyone else that's joined us and wants a card, please let us know.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I'll pull a card for you as well.
Okay, so for you, I got Lotus Jewel. Underneath your feathered exterior is a radiant diamond glimmering with truth, beauty, and wisdom.
Oh, I love that.
Look at how
Oh, that's so
beautiful.
pretty.
Yeah, it is so pretty.
Love that.
Really pretty.
For Amanda. Oh, so you got Star Gathering. So it says here, stars aligned, remembering home and soul family. So it's kind of funny. You were saying you were thinking about MJ. That's kind of like a, you know, a telepathy thing. So maybe, yeah, and you're remembering home. You're gathering maybe with your soul family at this time, or with your actual family for Thanksgiving. So, yeah, looking like your stars are aligning though. So there might be something in that gathering that comes up. So yeah, and it's all, and this one's all the kind of purples. So purpley, an idea, something like that might come. Looks like kind of the crown chakra, purple, pink. So
awesome. I love that. And the other day I took a walk on the beach with Tiffany, and somebody had drawn a star in the sand, and I stood there and declared something to the universe. So I like that connection too.
Awesome. Love it. Love when that happens.
Yeah. Very cool. Does anybody else have any questions or comments? This unfortunately ends our series, so it feels kind of sad.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's at the end, and yeah, but I'm sure me and Amanda will have some more stuff probably in the future come up, and even if we come on and do some card pulls or something for people, just once in a while type of thing, or something like that. But
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be collaborating on some more things in the future for sure.
Yeah, and those telepathy tapes keep coming up, so I feel like maybe just having a little chat about some of those. And Dana said she watched it, and so it's on my list. Maybe I'll start this afternoon.
Yeah. I was listening to them at work, and I started listening, and I'm on like episode 10 now, and I'm like hooked. So
can I watch them on YouTube? Okay. Like, can I put it on my TV on YouTube? I think, right?
Oh, I watch them on Apple. There's Apple. You can watch them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or I just listen to them on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. But I guess you can also on YouTube. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Monica saw. Oh, this series was great. Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and I'm so glad that I got to meet all you guys. And yeah, like I said, I'm sure there'll be something in the future where we'll collaborate on something.
Yeah, and just one more comment. As we were doing our frequency research, there is many other frequencies outside of what we touched on. And I can post some of those in the group if you guys are interested. But basically, the basis of all this is that the world is founded on vibrations. And the more we work with these vibrations, the gentler we can open up ourselves spiritually and our intuition and our divine knowing and just being more confident in ourselves. So I'm so grateful that you did this with me, Elizabeth, and that it was well received with everyone here. It feels like a big cozy hug we've given.
Yeah. And I can honestly say, like, this is my first time doing something like this. This actually brought me out of my shell a lot as well.
Oh,
And
good.
I just found that, you know, working with you was just, it was easy. Like, it was, we were doing it for fun and for information, and there wasn't a lot of pressure. You know, it wasn't like you have to have this done by a certain time. There wasn't those deadlines and stuff like that. So it was kind of just go with the flow and see what comes up. And you made it really easy, Amanda, for me. So thank you.
Well, good. And so did you. And I think too, we both have that corporate mind. So it's like we understand the stress of the deadlines and stuff, but it did just come together so effortlessly. So I feel like, you know, like you said, we will be doing more fun stuff.
Yes.
But we do need a little break, I think, because you know, holidays, and
100%.
I am going to Sedona in a couple weeks.
I heard that. That's awesome. I'm supposed to go in November.
Awesome.
But we're waiting to see kind of what happens with the US-Canada thing. So, you know, everybody's kind of up in the air about the Trump and stuff here. So, we do have it planned, but we were kind of waiting just to pay the final amount there and waiting to see what happens. So I'm hoping that we get to go, because that's one place I've always wanted to go as well. So.
Yes. You know, it's funny how it turned out for me, because I had been planning to go since October. Mm-hmm. And really just the funds were not aligning, but I never said that I wasn't going. I always felt that something's going to work out so I can go.
Yeah.
And ironically, a month to the date, funds came in, so I booked everything last Friday. Yeah, and I'm like, this is manifesting, you know, using your positive words and
100%.
knowing when something's for you, you know, so
I love that for you. And I know we talked about that last year, and you, it looked awesome, the program and everything like that. So I hope you have an amazing time, and I expect details when you get back.
I will be posting pictures of me doing qigong on the mountain. Amazing. Don't you worry, girl.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it. I'm so happy for you that you get to have that opportunity.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
And then we'll take notes so you know what to do when you go.
Yeah, you go first, and then you let me know what I need, eh? Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Sounds
all right, everybody. Good. Well, I hope you have amazing Easter. You know, celebrating with people that you love, and you know, and if you don't have anybody, then, you know, you can always reach out to your guides, your soul family. You know, if you're having a hard time, some holidays for people aren't, you know, always cheery, and you know, a lot of people don't get along with their family and stuff like that. So if you're, you know, if anybody is feeling any loneliness or anything like that, you can always reach out to me as well. You know, I'll always be here to kind of, you know, help, and we are all soul family, so we'll lean on each other if we need to.
Yes, I agree. I've spent many holidays sad and upset, but I had to change my perspective on it. And that only happened a few years ago, but it's not easy to do. So I will have my door open to you as well if you need any support or just a little bit of love that day.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Happy Easter. Bye.